Hey friends, it's me, Jackie, from the Financial Literacy Tribe, coming at you with another video. So, I just wanted to make this video to be super honest with you guys and talk to you guys about my view on emergency funds. So just to clarify and add context, basically what an emergency fund is a savings account in which you would put away money for hello, an emergency. So basically, if something were to happen, maybe you were to lose your job, for example, or get really sick, and you're not able to work and pay your bills, or maybe something super unexpected happens, I don't know, the tires on your car explode or something like that. Basically, you would have money set aside specifically for covering anything that you need covered. You would already have some money set aside. And for the most part, every single financial advocate, financial guru does recommend that you have some sort of an emergency savings put away. Um, but to be honest with you, prior to this year, I never had one. So, just to clarify, I don't think that the reason that I never had a savings fund was because I didn't think they were important or I didn't think that it was the right thing to do. Obviously, I knew that other people had them, and obviously, it's a part of every functioning adult's life. It should be to have some sort of emergency savings put aside. It just was never a goal for me personally. I always felt wow, I'm kind of young. I don't have kids yet. I don't have a mortgage. I don't really have a ton of responsibility other than my own personal bills. And also I work in healthcare, right? I'm a nurse. So it's I work in a field where it's I've never really had a hard time finding a job or keeping a job. So I guess in my head, I kind of just justified not having had a savings because I felt well, if something crazy happens, I'm probably going to be able to get money somehow. I'll be able to get money. Um, and then this year happened. The illness happened. And although I obviously, being a nurse, still very much am employed, um, I was able to see firsthand the majority the majority of the people within my inner circle were really, really impacted in a super negative way. Financially, my brother got sick with it. It was a domino effect. And obviously, I felt so bad for them. Uh, my heart goes out to them. And I also felt guilty at the fact that wow, if something were to happen and they needed my support, they needed my financial support, I wouldn't necessarily have funds put aside to be able to assist them with whatever it is that they needed. So basically, in a nutshell, I decided to change my life and I set out to save up as much money as I could, put it in a little savings account, left it in there, a high interest savings, so that way at least now I have a small emergency fund if anything were to happen or if anybody were to need my support, at least I can lend my support in that regard. And I did a lot of research, so I'm going to share with you guys. So, what is the recommended amount that you should put aside for an emergency savings? The golden standard seems to be 3 to 6 months worth of your expenditures. So just to clarify, it's not 3 to 6 months of your income. It's not 3 to 6 months of how much you make. It's 3 to 6 months of your expenditures. So if you're spending in total, all of your bills on a monthly basis are $2,000 a month. That's how much you spend on rent, food, gas, all that type of stuff, 2,000. Then in total, minimally, you should be trying to save 6,000 for your emergency savings account, $6,000 because it was in dollars times three. Now, there are differing schools of thought on the amount that you should save. Um, I have read pretty much all of Dave Ramsey's books. He's really good. You should check him out if you have not, especially if you have debt. He's really good for that. But basically, he's a finance guru. And his opinion is while you're paying off debt, while you're paying off credit cards, while you're paying off student loans, while you're paying off a car note, whatever it is that you're paying off debt needs to be the priority, and that should supersede having a fully funded savings emergency account. So, for him, he's a believer that you should only put aside $1,000 while you're paying off debt. Personally, given the circumstances and everything that's been going on, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that anymore. But again, you need to do what's best for you and what's best for your family. But that is another school of thought in terms of how much it is that you should put aside in an emergency savings. He feels like you should do 1,000 while you're paying off debt. And then once obviously you've paid off debt, then he feels like you should do the whole 3 to 6 months once you no longer have consumer debt. Another school of thought would be putting aside 6 to 12 months of your income. A few finance people have been saying that that might be the new recommendation because of everything that's been going on, and how like volatile the economy has been. 6 to 12 months should be the goal instead. Again, I feel like that's a lot. That's basically you putting aside a whole year's worth of your bills. I mean, if you can do it, I guess, then you should go ahead and do it. Or maybe if you have like a very inconsistent pay, like maybe you're a business owner or an independent contractor, or somebody who just doesn't get like regular pay, then maybe it would make sense to have a larger emergency fund. So maybe that's something that you will want to consider if that's your case. But yeah, so the rules of thumb so far have been you should definitely have an emergency savings if you're an adult. It's important for everybody. And your options are you can put aside 3 to 6 months worth of your expenditures. That's the standard. That's the most popular option. You could do $1,000 while you're paying off debt. Some people do that. Or you can put aside 6 to 12 months. Those seem to be the 3 options. Obviously, if you're in a situation where you have been devastated economically with everything that's been happening, then you need to just do you. You need to figure out your life and make sure that food is going on your table, your kids are being fed, there's a roof over your head. That is a priority. My heart goes out to you again. I feel so bad, and my heart goes out to anybody who is just suffering through all that is happening. But I think certainly once things have calmed down and reached normalcy and you're able to be employed again, gainfully employed, and you're making money the way that you were, it needs to be a priority and you need to set something aside for sure. That's what I did. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear if you have additional ideas or thoughts on things that you would like me to post on. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Also, just so you know, I just posted a blog post on this exact subject, so feel free to check that out. It is at my blog, which is focusedfrugalfab.com. I will, guys, when I see ya. See you when I see you. Peace out. Yo, Cat, are you like living your best life? Are you living your best life? You don't want to say hi? You don't want to say anything? I understand. Same.